YouTube, it's your man, Badwolf. All right, so this video is going to be about, so I seem to keep getting this question, who should I submit my Declaration of Sovereignty, my Affidavit of Truth, whatever you want to call it. Who do I send it to? What do I need to send them, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm gonna try to break all this down. Um, when you create, and I'm actually in the process right now, I already have affidavits for those people who want a basic sample one. There's plenty online. You can take those and modify them. Um, I'm creating my own right now where I don't know, I'd probably sell mine for like $50 or something like that. But you can get a good, very damn good sample ones for free and put your own information in just by Googling um, what is it, like a Declaration of Sovereignty, something like that, or Affidavit of Truth. You can find them online for free. So, and typically, like for people, unless they specifically just want to buy it from me, like the standard generic ones, if you order a file, I typically will include that for free just so you have, additional information, okay? Now, the one I'm going to create is going to be filled with basically all the declarations, citizenship, um, everything across the board. It's going to be it'll be definitely worth getting for those people who want to make a really well put together declaration. Okay, but you don't have to have mine. Like I said, you can make your own. You just have to put in the tool time. Okay. So anyway, who do you send that to? So now that I've got mine finished, and where do I go from there? Okay, so right off the top, as I tell people, you want to send it basically to everybody. Okay, and by everybody, I mean like within your state, you want to send it to the state attorney. Okay, you want to send it to the attorney general. You want to send it to the secretary of state. You send it to the White House. Um, Send it to the chief of police for your state. Now, if you were born in another state and you currently reside in a different one, or you're domiciled, say it correctly, um, I would send a copy of all of those things to your home state as well. Okay, so that there's no misunderstanding, no miscommunication. They know that they will now know that you know your rights. They will now know that you know that you're a U.S. national, or whatever you're claiming. If you want to claim to be a citizen or a non-U.S. national or national, whatever it is, that's fine. This channel is not just about U.S. nationals; it's about a lot of different things, but primarily that, yes. So that being said, spend the money on the stamps. Don't be cheap, okay? Just send it to all those places. Don't use the zip code for your house, but you can use the zip code, I guess, if you want for them, but put it in brackets or put a box around it, because anything with brackets around it or a box is by code is not officially on the paper, okay? Which kind of makes you wonder why sometimes they have you sign your name, but it's in a box. Something there. Um, so you put it all together, you're going to send it to those particular places, and after 30 days or before 30 days, you should really get a reply. Sometimes they'll wait till, right at the end of the 30 days. But if you don't get a reply, then by acquiescence, which means by their silence, they have, committed that this is fact. Okay, so that's what that means. That's what it is. So do you want to hear from them? Not really, because if you're a king or a queen, you don't have to hear back from somebody when you're telling them, "Hey, get off my property. You can't touch this." All right, sorry. Uh, so basically, that's what it is. Though you're telling them, "This is my decree. I own this land. I own me. I know who I am." But what should you have in there? Okay, so for instance, like with mine, um, I'm putting things like, okay, this is my vehicle. This is my plate, and any information underneath my old information is null and void. You might even want to slide in there things like uh, I'm letting you know that as a U.S. national under the United States of America Republic, I am claiming my freedoms, and that I am not going to allow myself or family underneath my jurisdiction to be subject to vaccines or things of that nature. Okay, like I said, this is educational information only, but that's what I'm going to do. So this is my personal experience. Take that, YouTube censors. Um, so that you're going to want to put things in there. You know, if you have a UCC1 lien against your property, I would put that in there. So that's basically what I'm putting in mind, is everything that we've talked about, everything that I've done and whatever else. And all those might seem weird, even though I have done affidavits in the past, you know, they were basic samples. They didn't encompass all of this information. Okay, I put a lot of this in my UCC1. Wasn't all into my declaration. So I will be putting that together probably in another week or two. I'll have all that available. It'll be in the listing with the other files available if you guys want that. If you don't, that's cool. I'm giving you the information that you can put into your own, do the research as well. Then you should get that affidavit signed, because the key word to their system is affidavit, affidavit, affidavit. You get that, you get it signed, it becomes fact, because it is being backed by the state notary. That notary is got delegated powers from the secretary of your state. So that basically that country, okay, because your state's a country, is backing up your claim. Okay, you've got eyewitnesses on there. You can get another eyewitness on your affidavit. A lot of things happen in threes. Okay, even in the court. You know, one of the reasons why they want you to lose is because, you know, they've created a bond for you. So you don't even know that you can take charge of that bond through subrogation. Okay. Once you do that, you can basically charge off almost anything. Look it up. So what ends up happening is that if you don't know what to do, they will then take control over that, because they have your signature on these, you know, the ticket or the form that you signed, or for you know, whatever. And then you're going to have the prosecutor and then the magistrate. Okay, so power in threes. So when you do your affidavits or your declaration, whatever you want to call them, you know, and then if you can get one other friend, and then you don't need this, but it's more power. Okay, more push behind it. You know, if I see you in the street and it's just me and you got, you know, your whole team back there or whatever, you know, you get what I'm saying. But then if I have like 2 or 3 other cats with me, you know, all with them things, or with the itchy, as some people calls them, suddenly, you know, it's a little bit more serious. Okay, so there's power in threes. Even in the Masonic world, there's power in threes. You know, God has a thing for 3. It's just what it is. Okay, one male, one female makes another person. Power in threes. Okay, so that's what you do. You put that all together. You put all your declarations in there. You put all the information that you want them to know. Get it notarized. Wrap it up, and you send it to all those different places. Some people even sent their information to the Vatican. You know, the City of London. Okay, these are all major powers out there in the world. If you don't know who these people are, yeah. I mean, even like today, I had a discussion with one of my good friends, who kind of had an issue with, you know, that person preferred, I would prefer to be just safe and people around me safe than to worry about my freedoms. No, you have the right to even say that, because you have the freedom to say that. So if you don't have the freedom to say that, if they start taking away your freedoms, you at one point in time, they might take away the rest of your freedoms. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, everything starts with your freedom and jurisdiction. Okay, and I I would prefer to be free and have the choice of being healthy and not healthy, because I can govern myself, than somebody to tell me this is what you're going to do, this is what everyone else is going to do, because we're not in, you know, Korea or somewhere where you're forced. This land, thank God Almighty, this land was built on the fact that we have the freedom. Okay, we left places where we didn't have the freedom to come here and have a freedom. So yeah, you might have people who are a-holes or whatever else, abusing it and whatever else, and unfortunately, that's their right. But if they run up on the wrong person, they can get it too, because it's their right to get that and want or dealt with. Okay, anybody, okay, foreign or domestic. See what I'm saying? So don't tread on me, for those people who know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. That being said, because a lot of those cats don't even know that they're really working for foreign municipalities. Okay, there's a reason why they had you sign foreign registration acts and statements. Okay, do your history. Some of you might find out you're working for the wrong team. All right. But anyway, I digress. So you put everything you want in there, you mail it off after that 30-day window has expired and they haven't said anything by acquiescence. Okay, we all should know what that is by now. Um, you then can leave it alone, but formally, I suggest you do a follow up, okay, which is a notice of default. You're then going to follow up with a notice to say, hey, you have not responded to this letter within 30 days, and this is just a notice of default. You don't have to go through a million things. You send the letter and you forget it. They may respond at that point in time, or by acquiescence, once again, they might say, yes, we know. And the reason why they'll just leave it alone 9 times out of 10 is because typically everything you're stating in there is fact. They can't tell you you're not a U.S. national. They can't tell you that this, that, or the other. You're only claiming your birthright. They're probably sitting back like, reading your letter like, oh, so you know about right to travel. Okay. You know that you don't have to pay federal taxes because you're not a U.S. citizen by definition. You should know these things. They're going, okay. All right, dumbass. Yeah, you didn't have to tell me that. I knew that. But you did have to tell them that because now you're telling them that you know what's really going on and that's your stance on it. And that you're not going to be subject to these things. So don't come up this way. Just like, I mentioned a couple videos way back when. That's why I have these plaques on the outside of my house um, that do say I have 24-hour monitoring and surveillance, hence the video behind me. Um, because I actually see people walking up and reading them, and then like UPS people and random neighbors, and they're like, oh, this guy got the Rona? Let me see what's going on with this public plaque on there. It's the same thing as in the old days when people would mark their property, do not trespass, do not tread on me. This is, U.S., jurisdiction, so you send them a notice of default, and that's it. Those are the people you send it to. Oh, also, um, I know I mentioned all those people, but another good one to send it to is your local county recorder, okay? Because typically, they're going to keep all those things on file. So that's just another way of putting it on into the public record. Can you also slip that into your DS11, your application? Yeah, you can put it in there. That's for those people who have bought my explanatory statement know that it's a multi-level explanatory statement. You're making declarations, you're letting them know of your status, you're, basically challenging them, hey, this is what it is. If you accept this paperwork, you're saying that I am a U.S. national. So there it is. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much about it, guys. Get your paperwork together. If you want any of the other files, they're down below. Otherwise, continue to do your own homework and research. Uh, and I've been booked with consultations. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Uh, yeah, a lot of me being on the phone, helping people, and it's great because they're always giving me compliments. Hey, thank you for your short videos. I apologize for those who, few of them who've gone, 12, 13 minutes like this one right now. I try to keep them short, sweet, powerful, jam-packed with information. Um, but you got to do your research. I want all of you guys who are serious about this, not people who are fly by night and just want a quick get me out of jail free. I appreciate those people who ask me for help, with like their court cases and baby mama dramas and things of that nature. That's not what I do. I am giving you all the tools for you to help yourself. But you have to learn this information. You have to get the books, pull the codes, look up Supreme Court information and put it together. I do appreciate a lot of you guys have come to trust me over a lot of other places because, I will look into it and I will give you the information that's truthful, especially if I've used it. If I know that certain people are a trusted source, I will promote and back their YouTube channels and information. But use your gut instinct, okay? If you start seeing people with, flashy things and super nice stuff and, my stuff is worth $5,000 or $2,000, don't get me wrong. The information to you is probably worth that. But if they're providing it, even just like me, there's a way for you to get it either free or low cost. Okay. Um, so do your homework, do your research, do your due diligence, because at the end of the day, I want each and every one of you guys to be able to recite these codes and know where to go for this information, just as I do. Okay. So kind of like in masonry, one of the biggest things is finding other people and making them better people, and kind of like um, replace having other people replace you. Okay, because once you can do it, then you can bring other people to the light into this whole world, and they can start living a better quality of life. Okay, especially because most of us are good people. We don't need to be governed by a foreign municipality. Okay, we don't need to be uh, you know, put through certain court situations when we haven't done damage to U.S. property, to a U.S. person, or deprived them of their rights. All those other things are just a money making machine for the people who we'll just say are in gangs who are owned by a foreign power. So that being said, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching the video. There will be more to come, but the football game is on today, and I have a consultation. So I have to go. Stay busy, stay healthy, stay warm. Talk to you guys later. Badwolf's over and out. Catch you later.